Welcome and thank you for your interest in Sheldon. My name is Amanda Bresler, and I'm going to give you an overview of Sheldon, its technical applications and status, and why we think it is important to the Navy and the Department of Defense. Sheldon is a subsidiary of PW Communications, a certified woman-owned small business founded in 1996 that provides full-service proposal support to companies of all sizes. In 2019, we recognized an opportunity to provide U.S. government stakeholders with new tools and approaches to gain greater visibility into the federal supplier base. With initial funding from the Air Force SBIR program, we launched Sheldon. Over the last 5 years, we have built Sheldon into a full-scale consulting firm that leverages open-source data and open-source tools to help government partners better manage acquisition efforts and the federal supplier base. Our initial Phase 2 SBIR award was funded jointly by the Air Force, the Navy, and the Defense Technical Information Center. In 2022, the Navy awarded us a follow-on Phase 2, led by the Naval Enterprise Sustainment Technology Team, or NEST. The objective of the NEST-Sheldon partnership is to enable Navy stakeholders of all technical skill levels to make more data-driven decisions in areas related to portfolio management, market research, supplier sourcing, technology transition, and benchmarking. We built a master dataset that links together hundreds of salient government data sources related to historic and future government investment, the entities that work with the government solicitations, and more. It is optimized for easy exploration, so that we can partner with customers like NEST to leverage this dataset to solve their specific problems and answer their specific questions. Sheldon is not a traditional software company. Instead, we develop custom open-source solutions for our partners based on their unique needs, workflows, and technical proficiency. Solutions can take the form of static or interactive reports, interactive dashboards, raw data files, or custom-developed software. For instance, before allocating resources into a new technology vertical, Sheldon can detail how much government funding has already been invested in that domain, including all R&D investments, traditional contracts, research grants, prototypes, and more. We can tell you where those funds came from within the government and what external entities received those funds, including companies, not-for-profits, consortia, and academic institutions. We can identify alternative sources of supply when existing vendors go out of business, help assess how well organizations' goals are translating into outcomes, and for stakeholders involved in funding R&D and innovation efforts, we can use existing data to connect portfolio companies with relevant transition partners. Currently, stakeholders across the government lack the unified dataset and data analytics tools needed to map the flow of federal funds into different technology areas, and to generally understand the federal market. They rely on individual keyword searches across multiple, sometimes conflicting data stores. Existing market research reports utilize partial data, lack transparency, and cannot be customized. Enterprise software for data management is expensive, time-consuming to develop, and difficult to customize. Stakeholders are often forced to accept a one-size-fits-all front end, which is not always optimized for their workflows and needs. Marketplace platforms fail to achieve widespread adoption, in part because they require stakeholders to self-report. Traditional consulting firms do not always prioritize transparency or allow customers to interact with data directly. And these misaligned incentives add costs and time to the engagement. In partnership with NEST, Sheldon has built a fully explorable dataset containing hundreds of salient government data sources. Using open-source programming languages, we've built interactive presentations that distill this complex dataset into simple, explorable content for non-technical and senior leader audiences. These presentations can be customized in as little as one line of code. We also enhanced a popular open-source interface for tabular data called Trelliscope, which allows users to interact with large data sets, is infinitely customizable, and can be accessed without network access. Additionally, We piloted the development of open-source custom applications as another way of giving non-technical users the ability to easily and intuitively interact with big data. To date, Sheldon has enabled stakeholders across the government to make more informed, data-driven decisions in a variety of contexts. For instance, in advance of Nest releasing a broad agency announcement, Sheldon was able to identify companies within the government's existing supplier base that had relevant capabilities. Specifically, Sheldon identified 13,000 existing government suppliers with relevant capabilities and was able to dynamically explore and filter this universe of matched companies to create a shortlist of 40. All 40 companies were relevant to Nest, and the majority of them were previously unknown to Nest, despite being existing government suppliers. Sheldon enabled the Air Force to analyze the composition and performance of a high-priority portfolio of more than 2,000 suppliers. Over the course of the last 5 years, Sheldon has produced detailed reports mapping the flow of historic and future federal funding into dozens of different topic areas, as well as developing a matching algorithm that connects existing government suppliers with potential government customers using only publicly available data. This slide shows the current status of the technology development. With SBIR funding, Sheldon has successfully developed, tested, and deployed its approach and output for a wide range of Department of Defense partners. Sheldon counters the prevailing view that the best way for organizations to interact with data is through costly, static software platforms. Sheldon's unique service-as-a-software approach offers customers the best of both worlds. Expert data scientists develop customized tools using an agile workflow to provide answers to customers' specific questions, all while prioritizing transparency and efficiency. Instead of selling a costly, one-size-fits-all software system, Sheldon gives customers the ability to interact with data through open-source tools, some of which are so sophisticated that they look and feel like software, but don't come with the burden of network dependencies or static front ends. This approach affords a wider range of government stakeholders to leverage data to make more informed, analytically driven decisions. Sheldon is a services provider. Customers communicate their question or problem. Sheldon develops a proposed technical and data strategy for delivering a solution set, and work begins once a task order is finalized. Much of the output Sheldon has developed is productionized, which makes this workflow quick and efficient. Customers can engage with Sheldon directly through a prime contractor or through a partner. Please reach out to Amanda Bressler to learn more. We look forward to working with you.